Welcome to a new episode of Champions of Performance Marketing. I'm Julia Delegates, your host, and I'm really happy to have here with me a very interesting guest, a real media buyer, Jonathan Bouchard. He's a very successful affiliate media buyer, and recently he wrote a book for performance marketers, I think. He will tell us more. Welcome to the show, Jonathan.
Thank you very much for having me, Julia. It's awesome to be here.
I'm really glad that we finally have the chance to talk here. Tell me a little bit, how did you start in affiliate marketing? Because it's very interesting to see how you start the journey.
Okay, how much time do we have?
Just a little bit,
A little bit.
on this one, because I want to ask other things also.
Okay. I think my online marketing journey goes back to 2012 when I was running my own product. So that's when I learned about Facebook ads and email marketing and advertising in general. And I think it was just a normal progression that at some point I discovered that there's affiliate marketing as well. And it was like first love at first sight for me, because when I was running my own products, whenever I sold something, I had also to do the fulfillment. And I was enjoying the marketing so much more than the fulfillment part. So the more customers I was able to get, the more I had to work on the fulfillment side. So when I discovered affiliate marketing, that solved that problem. So I could focus on marketing only, and I was in love instantly. That's basically how I found about it. But until I made it work, this took a few years then, to be honest.
Okay. Yeah. So it's a learning curve for everything. But it's very nice that you found like what you are good at and just focused on that.
Yeah.
I mean, that's amazing for everybody.
Yeah.
And what kind of campaign did you run when you started out? So you said you started with fulfilling the orders and your product, but then when you started affiliate marketing?
When I started affiliate marketing, I was pretty much all over the place. There was so much to learn, and I was overwhelmed because there are at any point in time, you can run 100 different verticals, 100 different geos, many different traffic sources. You can start with push-in sweepstakes, pop traffic, Facebook traffic. You can do dating, casino, weight loss, whatever. And there was so much information, and I didn't know where to start. So I had to try everything. Also to find out what I like. And I think one of my first campaigns was push traffic on a sweepstakes. And I think my first sweepstake conversion I had on an IKEA sweepstake.
Wow.
Yeah.
You still remember that? That's so nice.
Yeah. Yeah. And I also know I'm still working with the same affiliate manager, by the way.
Can you tell us like what what affiliate network?
That's ClickDealer specifically.
Okay. Yeah. Wow, so long time
still
ago.
Work with the same affiliate manager, and she was sending me so many different offers, and then we decided to just try one offer after another until something works.
And when you're trying these offers, you're like trying direct linking or like landing paging and.
I also split tested both. But I think that conversion was a direct link.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, that first conversion that you celebrated, well, I think it was a nice feeling.
It is. And I think one of those conversions, the first ones, when you realize, okay, this is real. I think a lot of affiliates will maybe remember their first affiliate money, affiliate conversion, commission, whatever, because before the first conversion, everything is just theory, and you read about all these success stories from other affiliates, but when you make your first conversion yourself, this is like, oh, now it's real. So maybe those stories are real too, and then you're one of them, and those who are lucky enough to stay in the game, to be consistent and to make it work, for them it's a reality then one day. So that's pretty cool.
So a lot of learning Interesting. I see.
It never ends, and it never ends.
And what kind of types of campaigns are you running right now, or you started?
Right now, it's mainly iGaming. Became really good at iGaming, media buying, and weight loss. It's evergreen also, and that's
And
pretty
what
much
traffic
it right
sources
now.
are you using? Like,
Hmm?
how do you promote them? Email marketing, Facebook, or where?
iGaming?
Yeah.
Yeah, with email marketing. But everything I do is always with email marketing.
Yeah.
So before I did direct linking, and later also with a bridge page, but I was never collecting the emails. And for those who run ads themselves, they know that advertising costs is always going up. Competition. I mean, with all the spy tools, they're awesome to have, but on the same side, if you can see the landing pages of someone else, it also means they can see your landing pages.
Correct.
So the competition got just bigger and stronger. And if you, I found it difficult to make the profit on the first conversion, especially on more competitive verticals. So when I started collecting my email, the email of the user first, and after time you have a bigger email list, and then you can have this additional traffic that even if someone copies your landing page, they cannot copy your email list.
Correct.
So that's a traffic source that only you have,
And
and
you can
that's
reuse
why.
it.
Hmm?
And you can reuse it for the.
Exactly. And before I could only make one conversion, but now when I have the email list, I can send emails every day, for example, and sometimes the users will make 2 sales, 3 sales, 4 sales. So that's
Okay,
what
so
really helped me get more profitable.
that's interesting. So your preferred traffic is email right now.
Every traffic that I buy, Facebook, Google, push traffic, whatever it is, my goal is always to generate my own email list.
Okay, and then on your email list, you go with promoting affiliate offers.
Correct.
So actually, you buy traffic to get the email list, and then you use that however you want to.
Yeah. And I think it's also when I entered the affiliate marketing space, like for example, sweepstakes. When you promote sweepstakes, you're pretty much doing list building for someone else, because they are collecting the email address. Why they collect the email address? Because then with email marketing they can sell different stuff. So at some point I became my own offer owner, doing my own sweepstakes, for example, where I am the one collecting the lead and not I'm building my own email list instead of building someone else's email list.
And I
Yeah.
assume you have multiple email lists, like for each
Yeah.
vertical or things like that, or you use
Right.
like you have a big one and use
No,
it.
I have also big ones, but they are always for one vertical.
Ah, okay.
Yeah. And maybe we get to that later, what maybe mistakes are that people do. And I would say if you build an email list in one topic, you should stay relevant with the content. Because if you sign up to my email list today because you're interested in weight loss, for example, and I would start sending you emails about casino, then you will probably not be a happy subscriber. You will unsubscribe. You will not buy my offers anymore. So if you sign up for weight loss, then everything you will get from me is weight loss content and weight loss products.
Okay, interesting. I mean, makes sense how you
And
said.
maybe health also, but this is all still the same category.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Okay, you started as a affiliate media buyer. You like, I think you started an agency or worked with an agency at some point, right?
Mhm.
How was that going? You find it like more rewarding to be your own like entrepreneur and working by yourself as an affiliate media buyer than working with an agency? How do you find that?
So the reason why I started an agency or a consulting agency was that at some point I was not able to grow my affiliate business the way I wanted. So it was like a glass ceiling. Maybe you know that, like a revenue where everything you do, you cannot break through. And this was so annoying that I have a lot of friends, they run agencies, and then they told me, why don't you do an agency and do client work? So I tried it. And I did have some clients, and we did some client work. And I mean, it was nice to get paid for your work and not for the results. So because as an affiliate, you only get paid when you sell something.
Yeah, it's
But when you're an
performance
agency, you also get paid for building the landing page. You also get paid for creating the ads, even though the customer didn't make a sale yet. So it's nice. Or when you're doing consulting work, you get paid for speaking to the client and giving advice. So, and that you don't have to spend money to make money. So you just spend time. So you're changing time for money. So that was interesting in the short run. But the way I think my DNA now is too much media buyer, too much affiliate. Because when you have a campaign and that works, every affiliate will go aggressive on it and will spend more money and try to get the most out of the campaign. But sometimes other clients, they will not have this
appetite. I would say.
Yeah, and they will be afraid to spend more money because they are maybe not so experienced in that. So, and I found it a little bit sad, because as an affiliate, you want to grow faster, and sometimes if you have a small company, there are big companies like e-commerce who spend way more money, but they also have in-house media buying or have bigger agencies.
Exactly.
But if you have small clients, then maybe even affording you and small ad spend will already be stressful for them because they're not used to spend 5K per month, for example, for ads. And if you ask them now to increase the budget to 20K, then it's too much. It's too much for them.
Yeah, they don't
and
trust.
Also,
They don't trust that there will be so much revenue to be worth the investment.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. And I also found it very difficult that the type of ads that I would create and the type of copywriting I would use, also for the emails, it's sometimes too aggressive for people who are not experienced in marketing. And it's not that I'm writing aggressive emails. It's more they want everything to be soft and brands because they don't want people to think something bad about them.
Yeah, they have to take care of their brand image and
And I totally understand that. So I'm not against that. But sometimes you have to create content for conversions. And if you sometimes, so for example, there was one case when we said that if you have to buy until, so we made a deal, but you have to buy it before Sunday. And after Sunday, the price will increase. So now what you would do now during that week, you would send out an email every day to get them, hey, Julia, remember, now today we are recording this on a Friday, and I would send you an email and say, hey, Julia, I noticed you didn't buy it yet. Just a quick reminder, on Sunday, the prices are going up. So if you want to have this deal, buy it now. For many people, so that's not aggressive really, but for some people, it's like, oh no, but what will the customer think? And that's too aggressive. But for us, it's normal.
It's not aggressive. Maybe they think like it's annoying the customer,
And pushing, annoying. And the result is, if you don't do that, you will not get good results. You will make less sales. So, and if you make less sales, you don't earn enough money. And then, that was a little bit annoying for me. And then I went back to affiliate only. So right now I'm doing affiliate marketing only. And I'm doing consulting work, but more for my friends and colleagues and the network.
And you work by yourself, or you have somebody like helping you with the copy, with creatives or something?
I have a few freelancers that I hire regularly, mainly for website server stuff and landing pages, like programming and changing language on landing pages and stuff like that.
And then you use AI for your like ChatGPT and everything for your copy, for your emails. You use that, or you still create everything yourself?
Mm, I use ChatGPT, but only since a few weeks or months now, I would say, for coming up with angles, for example,
Mm-hmm.
and coming up like just for the customer research, you asking ChatGPT what are the top problems that someone has who wants to lose weight with the keto diet, and then ChatGPT will give you 10 problems, and then you can ask ChatGPT what would be that you want to create a landing page for that. You want to have this, and then they can create the first version of the landing page content. But what I usually like to do is to rewrite some parts manually as well.
Yeah,
So
I mean, it's difficult to just put everything from there, from what
yeah,
the AI will give you, because it's not. They use some words that is not. They are not used in common language, I would say,
yeah,
or that frequently.
yeah. But to be honest, I don't use it too much because when you're, I'm not running multiple verticals, so I don't have to do the customer research so often. For example, I'm doing casino, like iGaming, since 3 years now. I don't have to ask ChatGPT anymore because I know what type of content works. I know what my audience wants to see and hear. So that's easier. So what I sometimes would do is, this is an email that works really well. Can you make 10 more versions of it? So
Yeah, yeah,
so it's basically the same email, but it's in 10
yeah.
different
Great.
versions. So
Yeah,
I would do that
that
sometimes. Yeah.
sounds. I mean, interesting how to you use it. I had to ask about AI because it's the trend now. So I had to ask if you are using it or not.
Yeah, for sure. For research, that helps a lot. Yeah.
And what challenges do you have in creating your email list? Do you have any challenge, or is like now it's, or maybe better said, what challenge you had at the beginning when creating?
Uh, at the beginning, it was probably, so I think, and that's maybe everyone who builds an email list will have this problem, is if you use paid ads to build your email list, you will have to do a lot of upfront investing. So you don't have a day one ROI. You're not making money on the first day. You can have some revenue coming in from a smaller offer or something like that, but you will have to invest in the beginning to build up the email list. And the time, and if you don't know that, you will think that you're only losing money, but in reality, you're not losing money. You are investing into building something that will later be profitable.
So
And
you
I
have
think
to have like a budget.
you should have a budget for sure. And you also should have a strategy to monetize it once you have it. So, and then it's the time. So you have to have a budget, and you have to have a little bit patience that and better expectations. If you think you can spend 1K to build an email list and instantly make 5K profits, this this will not work. So you also need quite a few subscribers until break even in profit, and that's a challenge. For example, if you build up an email list, and a lot of people that they will build up an email list with 500 people, for example, and then they will still not make a profit, but they will still spend money on growing it, and then they will give up because they don't have the results so fast. So they will have, if you have a smaller budget, you will give up quicker because uh, most people are afraid of losing money.
Of course. And they don't
So, and
know,
it's
they don't
totally
have really a
understandable.
strategy.
And it's totally understandable to be afraid of losing money. But if you approach it with the mindset that you're not losing money, you're investing it in building an email list. This is something that helped me a lot to overcome that challenge.
Okay. I mean, I think I heard that from other media buyers I talk with at
Yeah,
conferences, that they are doing like this, building the list, buying traffic to build the list, and in the same time they're running their offers
yeah.
on email, you know? I mean, that's
Mm.
as you're doing it,
But it's
depending on
same
the offer.
like you
I
have
mean,
a CP. I'm sorry.
sorry, I said that my idea is what I understood is that it's an ongoing process. Like that list needs to be updated regularly.
Oh, for sure. For sure. And it's a little bit similar to your software that you have. You had to invest a lot of time and money as well before making money.
Exactly. Yeah.
But you didn't have the idea that you were losing money or wasting time, because you knew at the end of the day we will have a software, and when the product is ready, we can earn money. And the same as with an email list. You have to have this building stage, and that's a challenge. Can be a challenge sometimes.
Yeah, so you have to invest time and money in building that. That's your product, actually. It's your email, your product. Your ask,
pretty much.
I would say.
Pretty much. Because you're making the money with the email list. So you can say that the email list is your product. And the better you build it and the bigger you build it, the more money you will make afterwards.
And what makes a good email list? I mean, what are the components to make it to be a good email list? What are you putting there when you collect those emails?
What I put into the emails?
Yeah, when you ask for email, I mean, how do you, I don't know, find those good emails to be on your list?
Okay, so that's a lead magnet, maybe, that you mean? What's the reason why people sign up to my list?
Yeah, exactly, yeah.
Yeah, it depends on the vertical, but usually what works always is like a sweepstake, something where people can win something, or like a bonus, where if you sign up, you will get a bonus, stuff like that. Basically, very often it's free stuff, or with casino, that if you spend 100 euros or dollars, you will get another $100 bonus. So these are things that are very popular. People love to win stuff, so
of course, everybody wants that.
Exactly, and that would be for the or for the weight loss. So maybe can be a recipe book, my 10 best keto recipes, and then in the email you will have other keto products. And what makes the email great later is that it's relevant, that people get more of the content that they signed up for. So if they sign up for keto, then it should be more keto content and not something totally different, like winning an iPhone or something.
Yeah, that was actually my question I wanted to ask now. What makes an email marketing campaign successful?
Yeah. Yeah, for sure. Relevance is number one. And the second, I would say, is more an economic reason, that you have... for me, email marketing works best, or email lists work best, when I have multiple things that I can sell to the same user.
So multiple offers, I would say.
Multiple offers, exactly. Because then you can have a lifetime value. So without an email list, if you buy my keto supplements, for example, this will be one sale only. But if I have you in my email list, maybe you will buy in 2 months, you will buy another keto product. In 3 months, you will buy another keto product. And then I have not only one sale, I have 3 sales from you as the one user. But for the email sales, you pretty much don't have to pay for it, because email marketing is so cheap.
Yeah, exactly. So you have the list of emails, and then you send, I assume, in one email or email sequence about the product, and later on about other product, or you maybe try like multiple offers in the same email, or how do you? I mean, how far you found it more successful? If you send an email and say, oh, you are interested in this keto product, or this second or this third, or just one product in your email?
I have always a rotation, basically.
Okay.
Where you split test different offers for keto supplements, for example. The emails, they don't write about the product with a brand name. It's more a story that you write. For example, everyone knows there's content from the landing pages. If you sell a VSL, for example, from ClickBank or MaxSwap, then they have stories. The VSL is always a story, and your email would be about the story, but the goal is not to make the sale in the email. The goal is that the people click on that link to watch the video.
And those VSLs are very long videos.
Yeah, and they convert. So when I would say there was this doctor, they found out about this new method that can burn fat, blah 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 blah. Then click here to watch the video. Then they click on the link, and then you can have a rotation where they will be sent to different VSLs.
Products. Yeah.
So, and when you find a VSL that works great, then you can stop the rotation and send the traffic to that one offer only.
Okay.
So like split testing, just with email traffic.
Yeah. Split testing. I love that. I mean, I wanted to ask if you do split testing and how important is tracking for your campaigns, because that's something I always ask.
Yeah, of course. I split test all the time, every day, for sure. Every day I have rotations. In different geos, different offers, and whatever works best gets the most traffic.
And so you find it like a very useful thing to have in your activity, right?
It's not only useful, it's necessary.
That's music to my ears.
Yeah, it's you basically can't do it without, because you cannot make a decision if you don't have a data, And sometimes, and I think that was a very interesting lesson for me in media buying and also in email marketing or marketing in general, is that I am not the customer. Like, I'm not the one buying the keto supplements, for example, or I'm not the one playing in the online casino. I don't have to like it. The customer has to like it, and I cannot decide based on, this landing page, it looks so much better than this one, and I will send the traffic only to the one that I think is better without data. That's just, that would be a stupid decision. But if you can just split test both, and maybe the nicer one will win, but maybe the other one will win. And if you don't do that split test, you will never know, and you will send all the traffic to an offer that converts maybe only half of the other one. So
because it's subjective. I mean, each one of us has
always
our passions and our ideas, and you need to concentrate on like the target audience, like your persona, I would say.
And in a rotation, for example, if you split test 2 or 3 different offers, and you will see traffic A is generating 50 cents EPC. The other one is doing $3 EPC.
Yeah,
I mean, it's easy to make a decision now,
Exactly.
And I don't care how the landing page looks. Is it nice? Is it bad? Is it a beautiful design, or is it no design? If it brings $3 EPC or $2 EPC, then it's a much better landing page
than the other one, of course. I mean,
and that's done data-based. So it's not about opinions. It's just a number. And
thank you for sharing.
Important.
One other question about, since you are such an expert in email marketing, what makes what makes an email like have a high engagement, like they open it and get high conversion rates at the end? If you notice something, like if you have some tips for emails to be more attractive, more like they get to inbox, they are opened, and things like that. Like if you have some tips.
I think there would be 100 tips in that topic for sure. So what I like to do is I use people names as a sender. So because people buy from people always, we do not buy from companies really.
Yeah, I found that at some point in my in our experience with the CPV. Actually, we found it.
Oh yeah, so people buy CPV Lab also because of you and Radu.
Yes. Yes, I mean they are much more engaged when we talk with them, like
exactly.
when we sign with our names and everything. If we put like a CPV team or something, CPV Lab or CPV One, whatever, it's just like email,
It's exactly. It's more like advertising then.
Exactly.
And people don't like advertising.
Yeah.
It's amazing.
I found that like in my experience in.
That's pretty cool that you noticed that yourself in your own business, because it's the same for affiliates. And as an affiliate, we can only recommend products, and recommendations from a person is always better than a recommendation from an anonymous company. So if I send out an email and I say, okay, Jonathan at whatever, gmail.com, and and then I tell this story about this doctor. Like, for example, yesterday I had this Zoom call with Julia, and then she told me about this doctor who found out about this weight loss methods. Then it's Jonathan writing to you. It's a really one-to-one conversation, and people trust that much more.
Okay.
And when I tell them that if you also want to watch this video, then click here to watch it.
Okay.
And people trust that a lot more. And what I would also recommend is that when people reply to your emails, that you also write them back and really try to build a relationship with them. And maybe you notice that yourself. And maybe I invite everyone to test it right now. If you are subscribed to a newsletter and you reply to that newsletter and you never get a reply back, this will not feel good.
Actually, I had that experience, I personally had that experience with a newsletter I'm subscribed to, and I asked them something and then they never answered, and it felt very awkward.
Okay.
I mean,
how do you like how do you like that sender now?
I don't. I think I actually unsubscribed.
See? How crazy is that?
Yeah, I mean,
because you were interested.
Yeah,
you were
I was
interested.
And I felt like, okay, they don't care. I mean, they just send me that information, and when I was actually interested in asking something specific, and they just didn't answer. But I had other newsletters that they answered, and I still follow them, of course.
So there we go. That's pretty much awesome proof. Yeah.
Yeah, I thought that it was just a case, but I see that probably other people. I didn't thought about other people having the same situation,
No.
But yeah, I see
it happens a lot. I even have a virtual assistant whose only job every day is to reply to those people.
Wow. So you get many replies there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Of course. And
that's good.
Huh?
That's good. That means that the email is interesting for them and they want to find more, right? I mean,
and so the result is you have only benefits from that. First, people will feel appreciated. If I write you an email and you write me back, I will feel appreciated. Because if you ignore me, I will feel bad.
Exactly.
Yeah? And what happens if I feel appreciated, I will like you even more. So when you write to me tomorrow a newsletter again, I will be happy to open it again, and I will happily follow your recommendation and watch that video, and maybe I will buy, It's always people buy from people, and people also only buy from people that they like and trust.
Exactly. Wow. So you are also building trust with your emails, with your okay. Wow, that's interesting to find out.
Yeah.
I didn't know that there is like a follow up after they buy. You go and they answer, and you answer back.
Yeah, and it doesn't have to be before the sale. It's just also when you sign up, and you ask me something, then you will get an answer.
Okay. Wow, that's very nice to
and that's very different
to learn. Actually, I learned something today.
Yeah, and you cannot spy that, for example, So every affiliate who will maybe listen to this, if the method is always just check the spy tools, what everyone else is running, and just copy paste everything, this will never work, or not anymore, because it's getting more and more difficult. And then there are 1,000 people running the same advertising to the same people, But if you build up your own audience in an email list, for example, or it can be a WhatsApp list or whatever, then and you build trust, now it's a totally different game, because you can maybe copy paste my landing pages, but you cannot copy paste the trust.
Yeah. Yeah, makes sense. Okay. Good. And yeah, it's very interesting. I wanted to ask you something. What metrics do you follow when you check your campaigns? What are like the most important things that you check first, apart from
It's basically two sides. The first one is the acquisition side, where I collect the email address, where I do the lead generation. And then there's the email marketing side where I monetize.
Okay.
And on the first side, the important KPIs is how much traffic do we get and what the CPL is, like how many people sign up every day and how much do we pay per lead. That's an important metric that I look at. And on the email marketing side, it's pretty much how many emails do we send every day and how much revenue comes in. And through the rotations, for example, which offer works better. That's pretty much it.
And do you check like the unsubscribes burst on the list or something like that?
Yeah.
No?
No. Because that's also very interesting that I learned when I was doing the agency work, is that a lot of people are terrified of people unsubscribing because they have the feeling that they have to keep everyone and be everyone's friend maybe and never have someone annoyed. But I think it's actually a good thing when people unsubscribe. And the reason is, first of all, if someone unsubscribed, then they probably would never buy anyways. But also on the delivery side, like if you don't want to be in the spam folder and stuff like that, then the more emails you send to people who will never open your emails, the more chances you have to be in the spam folder. You know, if people have no engagement, but you keep sending them emails, that's pretty much spam.
Okay, and then your future emails will be marked as spam, right?
It's more likely, yeah. So, for example, if you have an email list with, let's say, 10,000 people, and 1,000 of them will never open, and they will never, they cannot read their emails if they don't open it, okay? But that would, and I'm just making these numbers up. It's just for the explanation. But now and let's say you're sending a newsletter every day. Now imagine sending a newsletter every day to 1,000 people who will never open your emails. If you would be Gmail, how would you treat that?
Yeah, I think I would not like that.
Why do you keep sending emails to those people? They are clearly not interested. So what you want to do is either you exclude them or they unsubscribe. So, and whenever they unsubscribe, it's actually a good thing because now you have your email list will be smaller, yes. You will not have 10,000 people, but now you will have 9,000 people. But at least more people read it.
And there will be like a better open rate, a better everything, and then Gmail as an example will like it better, right?
Exactly.
Okay, that's very interesting. I love it.
I mean, there's also like a technical. There are spam traps, for example. There people emails from bots, for example, or from people who. So I think I'm not sure about the years, but if you have a very old email address and you didn't sign up for 5 years or 10 years, then those can become spam traps.
Really?
Yeah, because if this email is dead, nobody looked into that email for 10 years. Why are you sending a newsletter every day? You know?
Correct. Yeah. And that's not good either. Okay.
So getting rid of them is actually a good thing. And that's also maybe one very important part of email marketing is the list size is important, yes, because the more subscriber you have, the more traffic you can generate. And you will 100% make more money with a relevant email list that is 100,000 people big versus a relevant email list with only 1,000 people. It's just because you have more traffic.
More numbers, yeah.
Exactly. But also, if you Yeah, and you have to delete or exclude those subscribers that never open, because if you send out 100,000 newsletters and 20,000 of them never open, then chances are that the other ones will land more or less in the spam folders too. And you will see that your open rates will go down, your traffic will go down, and sometimes your email address and your sender domain will get flagged, and then you have to change stuff around. And so engagement and just treating it like a real business helps a lot.
Yeah, and clean it up frequently, I think. Clean it up the list.
Correct.
Okay, do you have other like strategy or advice? This would be like the last one, I think. I don't know. Like advice for somebody to optimize their campaigns, email campaigns, because that's where like you are very experienced.
I think we covered pretty much a lot already.
Yeah, I think so. But if something pops that you think I missed asking, or...
Yeah, I think for someone who wants to get started with email marketing and affiliate, I would really go back to what we said earlier, that you have this building stage where you should not expect to make a profit. The expectation should be that you're building a great email list, and it's like a curve, but before it can go up, it has to go down first, because you're investing time and money when you're spending ads. But at the same time, your email list is growing. So at some point you have like a tipping point where now you're breaking even. You're spending 100 and you're making 100, and then the email list keeps growing. And let's say you still spend only $100 a day. Now your email list will make 500 already, because you have now you have 1,000 subscribers, for example.
Exactly.
And then you can start to scale even more and grow the list bigger. And I think it's super important to understand that.
Yeah, so it's actually like growing a business, as you said. I like that.
And this helps a lot to approach it with that mindset. I mean, I totally understand the getting rich quick thing, and affiliate marketing has this image of fast money. It's true that you can make a lot of money really quickly. But if you don't build your own assets, for example, then and the campaign is over, then you will also fall down to zero revenue again. And then you will have to find the next campaign and build it up.
The next winning one. And
I find that since I have my email lists, my revenue is not like this anymore. It's more stable,
Yeah.
And if one campaign dies, one offer goes offline, then I can just send traffic somewhere else,
Yeah, because you already have the traffic there.
Yeah. And what I did a lot in the beginning, and maybe actually this is a pretty cool tip. I learned that from online casinos, actually.
Okay.
They call it a value break. And a value break is pretty much when you have an investment phase, for example, or maybe more specific. What I did in the beginning was, let's say I had a €5,000 budget per month.
Okay.
And so first month, I would spend it all to build up the email list. And then ideally, you get weekly payments maybe from your affiliate network, or your monthly payments, whatever it is. And let's say you only have €5,000 and you cannot spend another 5 in the second month. You can just pause your campaigns and send out emails,
Yeah.
Because you still have the traffic now. So you're just doing a value break for the ads to catch up with the commissions that you have.
Yeah.
And once you have the commissions, you can start again.
That's a nice strategy. I mean, put a break, get even, and then start again.
Yeah, it's not the best strategy to scale a business, obviously, because a campaign, if you start and stop a campaign all the time, it's not so performing well. But having these breaks, or for example, if you would decide that you want to have 2 months no ads.
Okay.
Let's say you did it now for a while and you have 5,000 subscribers. But now you realize that you want to take some profits. And what you can do is you lower your advertising budget or you can totally pause it if you want.
Okay.
And only do email for 2 months or for 1 month. And then that's all profit because you're not spending money. The downside is you're not buying new leads. So that's a trade-off, but it works really well, especially in the beginning. So you can always catch up with cash flow. And when you have the cash again, you can reinvest it again. So I did that a lot in the beginning. Yeah.
Yeah. Wow. That's a very good strategy. I love it.
Yeah.
Tell me about your book, because we talked a little bit at the beginning, and I know you were writing a book because you wanted to talk for like a while now. Tell me what it is about. How did you want it to, I don't know, how did you come with the idea for it?
Because a lot of people ask me how I do things.
Me included.
And yeah, but it's amazing. I love networking also and meeting people. And then uh, you, I noticed that I explain a lot of the concepts all the time. And I repeat them and I repeat them, and I love that. But I also had the desire, like I'm not a big fan of online courses, for example. I never wanted to be like this online guru type of person. I actually really dislike it. I don't like it. And I never wanted to be someone like that. So, and then I decided I should actually write a book about all these concepts that I have and that people ask me so much about, so that I could just give them a book maybe at some point.
And what's the stage of the book? I mean, I know you are.
It's completed. I finished the writing process. Then I have an editor who also did the editing work.
Okay.
Some sentences were a little bit too complicated, and then she made the sentences more easier to understand. So that was a pretty interesting experience as well. Yeah. And then I have the book covers done, and I think next week when I'm back home, I will start the launch. But it's right now it's only in German because I'm German.
Okay.
And the next stage will be to translate it into English. So maybe we can make it happen even this year or starting of next year. And
okay, once you have it live, just give me a link. I want to just tell everybody about it at the beginning in German, but doesn't matter.
No, but I will for sure make it in English. Because I love the international.
It's a math.
It is really, yeah. But writing it in German was a little bit easier.
Of course. Yeah, I can think. Yeah, for sure. And can tell me, you said that you are now at a masterclass and you are talking about the trends in affiliate marketing and everything, not only affiliate marketing. Tell me like one trend that impressed you, or what do you see? Where do you see affiliate marketing going on?
Not only affiliate marketing, but marketing in general.
Okay. Even better.
I mean, AI is a trend. It's a thing for sure. I'm not a super huge. I mean, it's super interesting. That's a lot of super crazy stuff you can do with it. But I find the trends in performance and data much more interesting for me. And with all the data that you have right now from all the traffic sources and email ads, etc., and automation as well, where you can, but based on data, for example, in email marketing. And it was actually pretty interesting. Yesterday, there was a guy who did or who does data-driven marketing campaigns for Porsche, for the cars, and that was that was so interesting. The type of data that they collect about their drivers. For example, there are hobby drivers. They drive just on the Sundays, for example, and that's a totally different driver than someone who drives, who uses the Porsche for racing. And I think they call them the curve lovers.
Okay.
Because they like this driving in curves. And for example, if you know this data, then you can send customized emails to each of those people. You know what I mean? Or another great example actually was, if so you have two seats in the Porsche, and they measure, they can measure how heavy the person is who sits there. And if the person who sits there is child weight, then they know, this Porsche driver is a father or a mother. And they also know who's the driver because they have the driver data. And then they can send out emails for child seats for your Porsche or like strollers, and
wow, that's so data to the next level.
Yeah, I found that so interesting. I mean, there's no use for us as affiliates right now for that. But if you can start collecting data about your subscribers and start segmenting them in a more personalized way, and by personalization, they don't mean first name, last name as a personalization, but really based on where you are in life right now. For example, if you had a way to find out that the person on my keto diet list is pregnant or has just last year had a baby, and you could send out content for mothers, that would be a whole other level of personalization, because then your entire angle could be how how to use the keto diet when you just had a baby, for example, because they will have different problems now.
Exactly.
They maybe will have questions like when they are breastfeeding, like how does the keto diet affect my baby's nutrition as well.
Yeah.
That's a type of content that would be totally irrelevant for me as a man.
For sure. Yeah, for sure. Or for a woman that doesn't have
a baby, exactly. Yeah. And I think this type of, I'm more excited about that than about AI, because I think it's more, it's super interesting.
Yeah, I think now we got to a point in our in the industry where data is so important to find how to use it. I mean, you get the data, you collect it, and then how to use it. And there are different ways. And Carl always invest in personalization and everything. I mean,
and for example, I have one example from an hiking app. When I log in from in the north of Germany, the app will know my location. So when the weekend comes, they will send me a newsletter with if you have plans this weekend, you can go hiking there and there and there, because then they can recommend to me hiking spots in my location, which is super relevant because right now I'm there.
Exactly. If they send you I don't know, trails or something to do in Dubai, because
exactly.
you're in another part of the world. I mean, you will close it and say, "Oh, it's irrelevant."
Exactly, and I think this can be very, very exciting.
Yeah, you're right. I mean, data it's super important right now for AI as well, but for everything.
Yeah, sure.
Because AI is learning based on data, and if you have data, brands used to have data that they didn't use, and now they start thinking how I can use that more,
And maybe to combine those, because I mean, I love ChatGPT, etc., and it's great for creating content. If you are not a good writer, for example, then ChatGPT helps a lot. But now if you can have the data, for example, someone in your audience has now a child, and maybe you can have now AI write content for that in a maybe automated way. That would be amazing to combine that both.
Yeah. I think that's pretty much where things are going. I don't know, but
because the data point that someone just got became a mother is more relevant than the email content, I would say. Because it doesn't matter what you write. If it's right now irrelevant for you, it doesn't matter if you wrote the content by hand or with ChatGPT.
Exactly, yeah.
And vice versa. If you write it by hand, but it's relevant, you will make more sales. And if it's relevant, then you make it with ChatGPT as well. So it's really the relevance has to be there.
Okay, that's nice. So
Awesome.
looking forward to your book. One last question. Is there a problem or something that you will change in affiliate marketing? Something that, I don't know, you would like to get solved?
I was thinking of this question because I saw you asked another affiliate marketer about it. Honestly, everything is such a learning curve that everyone has a different problem, maybe.
Okay.
And I think one thing that I would maybe like to change is the expectation that people have when they get into affiliate marketing. Because yes, you can get rich quick, but not at the beginning. You know, it's not like Jeff Bezos. He's rich, but he was not rich when he started.
Okay. So you have to learn.
You have to learn the skill, really. You have to become really good at media buying, maybe email marketing or whatever you do. Focus on one vertical and not 10 and stuff like that. And only then, when you're really good, of course, then you can scale campaigns and make more money. But it doesn't happen overnight. And other than that, it would be amazing if we would get access to more data as affiliates, obviously, because if I send the traffic to one keto offer, the only data that I will get is conversion rates, maybe, and
yeah, the affiliate network stuff is sending some other information, but not that much.
Yeah, via postback, but I will not have the buyer data, for example.
No.
And so, but that's unrealistic. So yeah, but other than that, I think it's amazing. It's great, everyone, and it's super interesting. Even if I would copy someone else's business, it doesn't mean that it will work the same way. And I think that this is something that I didn't expect in the beginning, that we can run the same campaigns, but we will not be the same successful. So
wow. Yes, it makes sense, of course, but
yeah,
I think that people starting out, they think they can expect the same thing.
And everyone, in my experience, has to find their own way. And I think just because, for example, one vertical is hot, it doesn't mean you have to go there. And it's better, for example, in my case, because I'm doing email marketing, it's better to decide on a vertical that you like and stay there and focus on building a business inside this vertical. And because, for example, if my goal is to grow my iGaming business, and now comes this new shiny object, but maybe this shiny object will be just for 6 months and then it will be over, then I will waste 6 months on this trend instead of using the same 6 months to build my business for long-term success. Because there's always something new, something shiny that will be, and a lot of people will make money with it, but also a lot of people will not make money with it.
Yeah, and if you focus only on the ones that are successful, you just those are like a small part of it.
And maybe also it's because I approach it as a business. It's very similar to your software. You basically have all the insights of what's working and what's not working. But you made a decision to be a software and not to be an affiliate. And even now, if you see, someone is making a lot of money with keto diets, you are still a software. So you have no interest in running campaigns. And I think there's a lot of freedom that comes with this, because when something shiny comes, I know it's shiny, it's amazing, and I hope a lot of people will make a lot of money with it, but I am building something else.
Yeah, actually, yeah, we have that all the time. Seeing shiny methods, seeing others doing things differently, or that they seem to work better, but it's like a mindset to stay focused on what you are good at and what you plan to do and grow. Of course, you need to adapt, but the final goal is important to just know where you're going. Okay, Jonathan, it was great. Where can people get in touch with you if they want to, I don't know, ask you some questions, find out follow you when the book is out or something?
Yeah, the best way would be Instagram, probably.
Okay.
I think I am.
You can share it with me, and I'll put it in the comments on the video.
All right. So
It's
Instagram
better.
would be the best place to reach out,
Okay.
or Facebook, obviously, both. Happy to meet you guys, and thank you very much, Julia, that you invited me to your podcast.
Yeah, it was great having you. I mean, I found out so many things. I'm really excited about this episode.
Awesome.
Thanks a lot. Thank you.
You're welcome. Thank you.